with so much peace and calm that you can just do anything. You start to see things differently. You don't see things for what they are, but you see them for what they could be. You see them the way that God sees them, and you see that things are possible. Yeah, you start to see things the way that God sees them. You start to think the way that God thinks. You start to believe that things are possible because of the God that you serve. And how you also get to learn these things is that by reading your word and surrounding yourself in that type of atmosphere. Because what you surround yourself with is what you absorb. So if you surround yourself with positivity, that's all that's going to come out. If you surround yourself with negativity, that's what's going to come out. If you put yourself in a situation where stress is everywhere, you're going to end up stressing and it's not going to work out well for you. But if you surround yourself in an environment of support and calmness and trust and faith, that's what is going to come out of you. And that's going to help you in the long run. Another way that you can include God in your studies is legit inviting him into your studies. I remember one of my pastors once told us that when we study, we should pray before we study, to ask God to help us concentrate and to focus, because the enemy will do his very best to make sure that we are not focused and we are not concentrating. He will try his best to distract us. So before we start studying, we should ask God to help us concentrate and keep focused. So that's one way that you can include God in your studies, is by asking him to help you study. So that's first thing you do before you study is you pray to God, you talk to God, you tell him what's up, you just let him know that, God, this is happening, I need your help, please help me in study, I don't know what's going on, please help me understand, please help me focus, please help me concentrate. Just start repeating these verses until they stick in your heart and you start to believe them. And when that happens, you start to trust God. You start to be like, you know what, Father, I know you got this. Because I know you got this, and I know you are the God that I serve. I know that I got this. So you can do that. That's another tip as well, is that you could write down these verses. Go Google these verses, guys. Google can help you. Google these verses, write them down on pieces of paper, and just stick them up on the wall, stick them up on your wardrobe, anywhere that you can see them every single day. And just repeat them to yourself. It will help you so much. Because what you hear, what you spend your time doing, you absorb, and that's what you become. And start talking to God. Praying to God is just having conversation with God. And it doesn't have to be this lengthy thing where you are shouting out big words and, doing all these excessive things. It doesn't have to be that way. Talking to God, you could just be walking to the shop and, you just be like, hey, God, so today was a great day, hey? Just say random things. Say random things on your way to campus. Talk to him and tell him, I need help with this and stuff like that. Like, oh God, please be with me in the next class. It's hectic. You know how I feel about this subject. Talk to him. Invite him into your life. Don't shut him out just because you feel like other things are bigger than God, or other things are bigger than you, or other things that just require more of your time. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope it was very helpful. If you have any queries, questions, suggestions, feedback, whatever is on your mind, do not hesitate to message me on any of my social media pages, or you can comment down below or email me.